Hi there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk Bounty video. And in this video I'm going to be talking about my collecting goals for 2021. So this is going to be all about the items that I'm going to be looking out for this year for my collection. And essentially, of course, I will be trying to get everything that the vintage collection has to offer throughout the year, all the new stuff coming out. But of course I do have holes in my collection, in my vintage collection specifically, which I do need to complete. So for example, the first thing on my list is going to be the Weequays. I need these two guys loose, and anyone that's watching this video that knows about the vintage collection, these are pretty tough to get. So I need these guys loose for my Jabba's sail barge and skiff setup. They're pretty much the only two that I need to complete that, so it's a bit frustrating because those two are really hard to get, but that's going to be a goal for mine of this year. Staying on the vintage collection, I also do want to try and complete the exclusives. Now, of course, I can't show you them in shot because I don't have them, but I will throw up some images of what I'm talking about. So I do want to try and get the Jar Jar in Carbonite this year. That's probably one of the more expensive items that I'm going to be looking out for this year. It came in the 2012 San Diego Comic-Con Carbonite set with all of those other cards. I'm not really too interested in those other cards. I've had some of those over the years, but it's the Jar Jar in Carbonite specifically that I'm after. Of course, I do also need Jocasta Nu, I think is how you pronounce her. Now again, that was another exclusive. I think that was a Brian's Toys exclusive. She's the librarian woman from Attack of the Clones. So prequel figures I've always kind of left till last. They weren't really high on the agenda, especially the exclusives like that one. But if I want to complete the collection, then I've got to get her at some point. Moving on to vintage Star Wars, there's a couple of things that I need in terms of my first 12 stand. I need a mint Darth Vader. I did buy one, but somehow, I don't know what happened, the saber tip broke off, which is really depressing. It shouldn't be too difficult to get a mint Darth Vader with the, the full lightsaber. That shouldn't be too difficult. So hopefully I should be able to pick that one up in the first month or so of the year. Now what we've got here is we've got two different Bosks here. This one here is the orange head Bossk. This one was kindly gifted to me actually by Jay, who's a fan of the channel, Shakes the Clone. So thank you for that, my friend. This one here is an 85 graded UKG standard Bossk with the olive green head. But what you can get is you can get what's called a PBP Bossk, which is the Spanish Bossk, and he comes with what's called the fat lips. So it almost looks like he's got lipstick on, but it is a variant of Bossk, and he is reasonably expensive. I wouldn't say he's nothing like the Toxic Limbs Bossk that's like in the thousands, but he might command like, £120 or something. Not really too sure how much he would be if he was graded, but I'd be happy with loose for the Bossk collection. And sticking with Bossk and my Bossk focus, if you've seen my room tour video, you'll know that the top part of one of my cabinets is like a Bossk focus, and that's where these guys sit. I also do have two carded Bosks. I have a Palatoy, but without the Palatoy logo, and I also have a standard Kenner. So I will be on the lookout this year for a tri-logo Bossk. That would be a lovely one to have in the collection. Again, pretty expensive, so all depends on how things go this year. Might have to move some other things on from my collection and things like that. Move things around to try and get the things you want. A Palatoy Bossk with the Palatoy logo. As you know, I do like the different types of cards. So this is the Lily Leddy that I recently got. I would love the Palatoy Bossk, and I actually did see one come up on Facebook the other day, but it is £1,300, and that is just way out of my price range. So you never know, one day I might be able to get myself a Palatoy carded Bossk. It would be lovely for the collection. And then a normal Kenner Bossk on a Return of the Jedi card. So I've got him on the Empire Strikes Back card. Very difficult to get a Bossk on a Return of the Jedi card that's got a clear bubble, and that's why I've kind of avoided that over the years. But the Bossk focus is coming along, and it would be quite nice to have a Return of the Jedi carded Bossk in the collection. Now, sticking with carded figures, I do also have a focus of alternate cards. So I have the Chewbacca, and I have the Leia Bespin and the Darth Vader. So I would like to get my hands on possibly the Bespin Luke Skywalker on Empire Strikes Back card with the where he's looking around the corner with the gun rather than the walking picture. That would be a nice one to get, but again, it could be a little bit pricey and out of my price range. There's also a Han Solo on alternate card on the Return of the Jedi card. Gunner Luke, they call him, which is the farm boy Luke Skywalker, but on the picture of him in the Millennium Falcon gunner seat. Very, very expensive. I very much doubt I'll be able to get one of those. There's also a Yoda on alternate card, a Ben Kenobi on alternate card, and of course the Boba Fett on the Blue Sky Return of the Jedi card. That's the alternate card for that, and again, very, very pricey. So, you know, all of these things are on my list. Of course, I'm not going to be getting all of them. I might only even end up getting 1 or 2 items off this list in the whole year. It's just, I think it's good to have a focus, and it will be good for me to come back to this video and see how many of them I actually ended up getting. I did it last year, but I didn't create a video. I just had like a list with my Twitter buddies in our sort of Twitter group. And out of the 10 things I had on the list, I ended up getting 2 of them, because you get sidetracked and end up buying other things and what have you. And then last on the list is my vintage loose figures. So I do need still quite a few of these to complete the run, especially the last 17 figures, which again are quite pricey. I have the Luke Skywalker in Stormtrooper there. Very nice figure, that one. I have that one. I've just placed some of the others there just to show you, obviously, vintage figures. But I probably need maybe 25, 30 to get the complete run. But I do like to try and get mint examples these days, so it makes it that little bit more difficult. But as soon as one pops up, you know, I'll be there trying to claim it on whether it's the Facebook groups or eBay or whatever. But I probably won't be trying to source any more of the last 17, because again, they are very, very pricey. But there's some really cheap Return of the Jedi figures that I still need mint versions of. I've got loads of the betas in my loft, and I gave a lot of them to my son, but you know, for my cabinet I want mint versions. So even like cheap ones like Klaatu, I need him. So I'll make sure I get a couple of those over this year. And of course, you guys there will be on the journey with me. Whatever I manage to pick up in my collection, I will try and showcase in some videos for you. But definitely the 2 loose weekways, I missed them on Facebook a couple of weeks ago. Somebody sold them. I think they were £25 each, and that's the cheapest I've seen them come up for absolutely ages. So I missed out there. So you just got to be patient and wait for them to come up. But anyway, guys, that is my sort of collecting goals for 2021. A good range of stuff. Loose, carded, vintage, modern. There's lots and lots to focus on there throughout the year. As I say, I won't be able to get all of it, but it's good to have a focus, I think. So let me know if you've enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comment section below what your collecting goals are for 2021, what you're after, and it'll be an interesting read for me. So thank you very much for watching, and we shall see you on the next one.